Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Power, Sex, Money Pod Talk. My name is Komujini Christabel, and I am your host for today. Now, if you are tuning in live on YouTube, thank you so much for joining us. I'm beyond excited, honestly, for the conversation we're about to have today. Now, don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section down below. Interact, make a few friends. It's not bad to make friends. Online friends never hurt anyone. You know, like, just make a few friends. And please don't forget to share the link. Like, don't keep these things to yourself. You know, you might have a friend who might need to hear this conversation. Not even need. A friend who needs to hear this conversation. So please share the link. And for our people joined in on air, we have not forgotten about you. Thank you so much for tuning in. And we can't wait to have this beautiful conversation with you. Now, as you guys might be wondering why the place is as beautiful as me. Like, what can I say? We are here at One Tribe Coffee Shop, a place with an amazing vibe. It's very Afrocentric for my Afrocentric baddies, you know. If you're looking for a place to come and study, to come and work, a place with amazing coffee, great food, this is your place to be. Like, yeah, me, all I can say is this place, it's giving everything you're looking for and more. But I'm on to overhype. You guys know I talk a lot, so let's just get into the conversation, shall we? Now, my people, when I told you guys to share the link, you people thought I was joking. But the conversation we're about to have, it's about to be a bit of fire there. And you know I can't do this alone. So with me, I have some very, very important guests, and I want to give them the opportunity to like just introduce themselves because, wow. I'm in the midst of greatness. What can I say? Please, Pastor GT.
Ladies first.
First. Oh, I have a gentleman in the building. We're sorry.
Hi, everyone. My name is Miracle, and I'm very happy to be here today. I'm a member of Watoto Church. I serve in the creative team, as part of the creative team. This is my leader, so I need to say it right. So, yes, and I love media and serving God through the media. I host a podcast, and so I'm really happy to be here.
Oh, I'm so happy to have you. Oh, my days. Another media queen, like literally. I love seeing creative people in their element.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Pastor GT.
Hello, everybody. My name is Graham Tugume. Mm-hmm. Everybody just calls me by my initials, GT. And I'm delighted to be here. I'm one of the leaders and pastors at Watoto Church Ministries here in Kampala, Uganda. And we're going to have a phenomenal time together as we do PSM.
Yeah. Now, guys, I want to first ask you guys a couple of questions. Just put you in the hot seat real quick. Mm-hmm. When I say commitment versus convenience, what comes to your mind immediately? Like, what do you think about?
Commitment versus convenience. So, commitment, that means I'm all in, no matter what comes. Convenience feels like when the slightest bit of discomfort comes, $2, I'm out of this game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you, Pastor GT?
For me, commitment means no matter what. Mm-hmm. And convenience is what's good for now. How am I feeling? In what space am I? And whatever works for now
we go for
is what's convenient.
Oof. So I want to get a little bit deeper, if you don't mind. Just a little bit deeper.
Let's go.
Recently, a few things that, what I've been seeing around is situationships. I don't know if you guys know what a situationship is, you know. You don't want to be in a relationship, but you want the benefits of a relationship. So you're just like, you know what, let's just keep it there. You understand? Let's keep it at the level where I can get what I want from you, but not necessarily put like a title on it. And I want to hear your thoughts on the whole situationship conundrum that's been going around. I really want to hear this. Yeah, you're looking so done. Why the conversation just started?
I guess because we've given names to everything. That's and true. Anything that does not need names. So situationship, I don't know who coined that term, but I think it sent people into more confusion.
Real.
Because growing up, we knew two things. You're either married or you're single. And if you're single, you're probably single Pringle, or you are courting for marriage. you're not in between.
Yeah.
But now we have talking stage, situationship. We have, there's so many things. I had somebody say, give the term to define is to limit.
Oh, wow.
So, like, we don't have a title on this thing. Let's just do what makes us happy. It's just wild. I think it really spells out convenience. So people want a lot of pleasure, a lot of this satisfies me now, as Pastor GT said, but the responsibility that comes with it, please exclude me from that. So it's terrible.
100%.
So, Pastor GT, may I have a very different question for you? Yeah, I want to take it a bit even deeper. Have you ever been in a so-called situationship? And how did that affect you or the person? Because, you never know.
Well, if you're watching online and you've not been in a situationship, just press the hands up emoji and say, I don't know what you're talking about. But I think most of us have ever sort of slid through a situationship.
Yeah.
I remember one time I was dumped by someone I didn't date.
I'm sorry, pardon?
Yes, it's a thing. There are times when you're at in different spaces mentally, and yet you're already in a very strong friendship. But no one has asked anybody out. But I think it looks like a duck, walks like a duck, quacks like a duck.
So it must be a
And
duck.
somebody assumes it's a duck.
So why don't you call it a duck?
You would think, you know, but until the person is just tired of it and is like, you know what, this is not a duck, we're done. And like, what do you mean we're done? We didn't even start.
Oh.
And then it becomes this whole thing. So yeah, situationships are a real thing I could write a book or two about.
I know for me personally, shots have been fired, but I'm going to just allow and just take them. And I feel like very many people don't necessarily talk about the emotional aspect though, because I feel like being in a situationship, you're giving so much of yourself. And I want to speak from a female's perspective, and I would like to hear your perspective as well. But usually, and this is something that I've really talked about, this is one thing I've talked about, how men really are very logical. They're very but girls tend to, and I'm not saying all girls, but personally, I'm very emotional. So I'll be like, oh my gosh, like this guy, oh my gosh, and me, I'm thinking about my Pinterest board,
Come on.
has my wedding things. I'm saying, oh, Queen Jira, what? And this guy is looking at me like, am I gonna even talk to her tomorrow? And I want to understand how guys think in terms of getting to these situationships, because usually it's them who are like, I like you, but let me keep you here just in case, but not serious enough for a relationship, but just don't go. So why does that happen? And that's been happening a lot recently.
You'd be surprised to know that it's not as recent as you think.
Real.
That's how I think humanity from the days of early civilization multiplied. People were not quote unquote committed to one. One is a Christian idea. But you could be committed to a couple of wives. And you've seen their parents, they're not like shacking up or anything. No, you've gone through the channels, but there's a multiplicity, and each of these could have any number of children, and that was the thing. And there was no reason to do anything more official than what we've already done. I mean, her parents know her address. It's at my house. And if I'm tired of her, we know her address. It's at your house. We're sending her back.
Hey.
But now, the day in which we live has all kinds of new vibes that have come into this equation. You have independent women. There's some who also don't want to settle down. They're not even as emotional as you would think stereotypically.
That's true.
A
woman ought to be or should be, right? And then you have the guys who, once upon a time, the privileges that came with being in a committed relationship were known and accepted by the whole community. But today, it's not the community's business. It no longer takes a village to raise a child, let alone to supervise and keep a relationship accountable. Everybody's just doing what they want. And so the question is, if you can get the milk for free, why must you buy the cow?
Hey.
Now, not to be super hard, but think about it. The cow could stop dishing milk anytime, today, if it likes. But they don't. Somehow, the emotional side of the woman wants a sense of belonging, a sense of identity.
Yeah.
In fact, there are women who are quite happy to even marry and have a wedding and then move back on with their lives just to tick the box in society's eyes and feed us a filter that, you know what, it didn't work out, it was probably his fault, but at least I was desirable enough to be asked.
I actually want to hit on that a bit. There's something that's been going around, and I feel like all of us have seen it, where people stay in relationships or get into relationships based on like peer pressure or culture, like this thing of like by 30, you should be married. If you're not married, we have to call the elders and first talk about because something is wrong. And because of that, people get into things that it's really convenience, and then it turns into covenant, you know? So how do you know that your relationship is based on commitment, not convenience? Because I feel like sometimes we get it really mixed up. Like you don't see the line, it's all blurred. And I want to hear from both of you. Yeah.
How do you know your relationship is based on convenience? I think, first of all, definition from the beginning. What are we? The question that many guys dread, right?
Yeah.
Man.
That what are we
text.
question should be answered, and answered very clearly. And what are we now, and what is it leading to?
Yeah.
Now, when we have that figured out, we have the commitment box half ticked. Now, of course, experiences and life does strengthen commitment, but commitment is more of a resolve, right?
Yeah.
It is, I have decided that rain, shine, what, as long as Jesus is my Lord, you're the one person I'm going to look at. Even if I see other finer looking men, this is the one I have picked, and I will stay with this person. Whether you fail me, whether you disappoint me, I'm going to stay here and we're going to work it out. Yeah, that is what commitment looks like. And those are conversations and decisions that are had from the beginning.
Yeah.
It's not a thing of, let's see where this goes. That is already, we are not sure.
Yeah, it's a bit...
The ground is it's sinking sand already if we're just seeing where it's going. So I think the first way to gauge is, one, do you know what you are to this person? Yeah. Because let me tell you, there's also the thing of you think, just like Pastor Judy said, you think you're dating the person.
You know what,
but in other circles, they don't introduce you as their mate. No.
Like, this is my G.
This is my G.
Miracle.
First, ask the question one more time for the camera. First, for all the girlies that are...
What are you to this person?
Yeah.
Can't
What
we
are
just
you?
be
First, answer that
friends?
question, please.
To other people, they're saying, oh man,
That's my home girl for real. That's my home girl. What are you guys on?
Yeah, my bro, my bestie. Like,
Yeah.
they don't want to boldly and confidently claim you. You're just there. Like, it needs to be, the testimony of you to this person needs to be the same to everybody. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah.
So if I met one of his homeboys, they would say, this is my brother's girl.
Yeah.
If I was with his family, they would say the same thing. If I was with a schoolmate or somebody that he knows, they know me as that. So be sure about that. I think that should be clear. The definition of who you are and what you guys are doing should be clear from the start. I think another way you can gauge commitment is just the ability to answer hard questions and to have tough conversations.
Yeah.
I think many times people that are not fully committed will always evade hard conversations. You know, if I sat down with somebody that seems to be pursuing me and I asked questions, say, about money, are you open to answering them, or you feel like, man,
She's all up in my space.
too early.
I've never been to your home. What business do you have asking about my account?
Right? Like asking questions like, how did you grow up? Who did you grow up with? Who's your biggest influence? People who don't want to let you into that side of them, usually I don't think that is real commitment. Now, of course, notwithstanding the fact that some people genuinely have issues processing maybe their past or don't know how to approach these things. But I think there should be, you should be able to tell that this is not an issue of maybe trauma or what it is actually, that this person does not like me enough to have had conversations. So
I wonder though, Christabel, if we are so guarded as a generation that we do not have real, meaningful, deep conversations
Yeah, true.
as friends.
to start with.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She's gonna kill me later, but let me give the example. Sheila and I, my wife of 17 years.
Come on. Clock it, guys. Clock it. Yeah.
Was my friend, and I was her friend, and we are friends who decided to get married. Now, the whole details of how that came down to a proposal and whatnot is a different PSM. But the thing is, we were friends and we decided,
What are
hey,
you doing on this day?
let's,
are you
yeah,
doing this
it
day?
was
Crazy
almost
work.
as crazy as that. And do you know why?
Why?
We had answered all the important questions about each other's lives without auditioning for a role. So Miracle is giving a scenario where if this person is serious and intentional, and this is the sort of conversation that we're gonna have, and if you're not getting straight answers, then you probably need to run for the hills. I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
But none of that is really intimate. All of that was, I mean, like, what inspires you?
Yeah.
How did you grow up?
Yeah.
Who are your people?
Yeah.
We knew all those things about each other before we were even in a dating relationship. By the time you decide to define the relationship,
Yeah.
we are really dealing with now and future because I know everything in the past. You know what I mean? If we ever went out for tea as friends or even as a group of friends, let me tell you, I'd seen that girl stunning to the level where I should walk in and people would drop their forks. You know what I mean? And I'd also seen her at a vigil in a lesu and bitutu in her hair. And you know what I mean? Where she's not trying to impress you.
Yeah.
This is her.
That is
Yeah.
so true.
Guess
yeah.
what? I see that version quite a lot at home these days. And I am not struck by it. I
Yeah.
am not scared of it. This is my friend with whom we are in covenant. It's defined. You feel me?
Yeah.
So we can have some good conversations at friendship level
Yeah.
and determine whether we want a future, an eternal future with this person based on those answers.
Yeah.
Right?
And that's so real because I feel like, okay, recently, not even recently, time, people have overly romanticized friendships and friendships are lost because of it.
Yeah.
And understanding that, and I remember talking about this earlier, and you're asking, what's the difference in a Christian relationship? What's the difference between a friendship and a relationship? And I was like, nothing. Like
There's
nothing. There's no
nothing
difference
except a title.
except a title.
Yeah.
And saying this is where we're going.
Yeah.
And it's very it's crazy how we've lost that. We've lost
Yeah.
the meaningfulness of just having a conversation, of just talking, of getting to know people. We're just all about the wedding.
Yeah.
People always about the wedding.
100% Christabel. From the role that I have in ministry, I also have the privilege of doing counseling with couples and stuff like that. And there are people who, even the day before their wedding, the day before, they don't know whether they want kids or not. Like, you're talking to one person and you're like, so what's the birth control plan? And they're like, I don't know, we haven't discussed it. So you ask yourself, what have you people been talking
have you
about,
talked about?
during the wedding prep?
Yep.
You're still like, man, your eyes
Brenda.
knock me. I'm going to love you till like Victoria dries up. You're like, yo, we need to have some real conversations because all of that is a part of the definition.
Yeah.
You have no idea how serious these things are to the level that they're going to be the Achilles heel of the relationship. How do you play along
Yeah.
and look the part and answer choreographed questions up to the wedding day?
Yeah.
And then, like, I don't want to live where you live. Let's find, like, how did we not discuss this
beforehand.
beforehand?
Yeah.
I don't want your mom living with us. but she's been living with me. I am her primary caregiver.
Yeah.
What do you mean you don't want that? And she just wanted the bling.
Yo.
And then she starts to spill the tea, right? So no, we're not doing that. So let's have as many real conversations before any strings are attached.
Yeah.
Let's have conversations which are so authentic. It's not like you are auditioning for a role.
For a role, yeah.
You see this definition you want the title. You want the wedding, you want Mrs. So-and-so.
Ooh.
Yeah, I also want Mrs. So-and-so, but I want to know who I'm taking home. You feel me? So let's have normal, real conversations that, give us a fighting chance so there are not too many surprises on the other side of the ring.
Yo, guys, man, you people don't know who you're marrying. You just want a wedding and you're there.
Yeah.
Now I have a question for you guys, and as we get into as people grow, they get into relationships. How do you set godly boundaries? Because I feel like it's not talked about enough. People just think. Me personally, when I got into the whole relationship game, man, you don't know what you're doing, bro. Because it's not talked about at all. So you get there, and there's nothing to do with boundaries. You don't know what you're looking for one. So my two questions are: what do you think girls should be looking for, and what do you think men should be looking for in a woman? And then what boundaries should be set? Because there should be boundaries. We can't be. The Bible talks about how boundary lines have fallen for me in pleasant places. If you don't have boundary lines, things are not looking. They're not looking good. So how do you set those boundaries, healthy boundaries, and what do you look for?
What do I look? What did I look for?
Let's start with
By
the
the
one
way,
with the most recent
What
boundary.
did she look for? What did she look for? Because she found. But what did you look for?
Because man, me, I have no boundaries, man. I'm 17 years in the game. Miracle can tell us what's up.
Please tell us. Miracle.
First of all, of course, being a believer in Christ,
Yeah.
I am looking for somebody who is walking the same faith journey, because I am not about to live a life of confusion or wonder, so do I follow you to that other house of worship? Do I? Yeah, so for me, and of course, there are even more little qualifications in there. What church do you go to? What's your statement of faith as a person?
We're sorry. What
What do you
is
stand
your
for?
statement of faith as a person?
Yo.
Can you answer that one? You're there.
What do you believe in? What
Spill the tea.
what
Come
do you
on.
truly believe in?
Come
Because
on.
even amongst us Christians, the truth is we can both be Christian and still be
Believe different things
Yeah.
very unequally
about
yoked
the same person.
about the same God. So it's
Yo.
very key. I think for me it was one of the big things. But beyond that, I think one of the major things I truly prayed for and asked God for is somebody who would be willing to be open and be real about themselves, about their emotions, not hiding, not trying to be fake. Because we have a lot of that. We have a lot of fake
That's
today
very true.
in society. We have a lot of people that can put on a facade for the longest time,
Yeah.
and you later on discover a person and think to yourself,
What is this?
what is your name to start
Who
with?
are you?
Who are you? I've known you all this time, but who are you? So somebody who's real. Now,
Yeah.
I think another thing people should girls should genuinely be looking for is a man who's not afraid to be mentored. Because I don't know, Pastor GT will speak into that. But I think there's a thing about men that you guys feel like you got this. Yeah,
It's called dominion.
Hey,
God says go out and have
yeah,
dominion.
like
What
so
you
I know what I'm
being
doing.
all up in my business.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And yet there is strength in vulnerability. And I think
Yes.
that's where you're going, but please carry on.
That's really, really it. I
Yeah.
think there are a lot of men who just want to be on their own, figure out life on their own.
Die
but
like an officer.
they're like a real ninja.
Real captain goes down with his ship.
And yet it's tough to be with somebody like that. I think you end up making so many mistakes if you don't have people that speak into your life, people that influence you, people that have maybe gone ahead of you and are able to tell you you're wrong in that area or you're handling this wrong. I think for me that was very important, looking out for somebody who has a group of men that speak into his life, men that he respects. I think also examine friends. Friends, the friends that a man has will say a lot
About who he is.
If there are certain categories of friends that he keeps, best believe he's not any
Sis.
different.
Sis.
He is not any different. I had to learn that the hard way. So for me, it was very important that I know the circles that he's in and who influences him the most. But also somebody who is teachable, who is humble, somebody who can lead. Yeah.
And let's say something about this company thing, because I think it's very, very important.
Yeah.
As a pastor, and I don't know if this is something that other families might want to pick up, especially young families like the one Miracle is on the path of. The first memory verse my kids learn, all of them, is Psalm number 1. Number 1.
Yeah. Blessed is the man.
Blessed is the one who does not walk in step with the wicked, or stand in the way that sinners take, or sit in the company of mockers, but whose delight is in the law of the Lord, and who meditates on this day and night. That person is like a tree planted by streams of water, which yields its fruit in season, and whose leaf does not wither. Whatever they do prospers. Not so the wicked. They are like chaff that the wind blows away. Therefore the wicked will not stand in judgment, nor the sinners in the assembly of the righteous. For the Lord watches over the way of the righteous, but the way of the wicked leads to destruction.
Yeah.
Now, be mindful what your statement of faith or statement of public relations is. You may have some people around you and you don't want to come off judgmental. You don't want to come off like, hey, I'm a Christian, and then they're going to say, you know, I'm no longer hanging out with them. So maybe once in a while, okay, I used to hang with them every weekday. Now, okay, once a week. Now you're in a relationship. You're trying to get into a marriage. Maybe you are fresh in a marriage. You're like, man, I'm going to hang with those boys, you know, once or twice a week. Because they're already on my case saying we no longer roll together. In step with the wicked, in the path that sinners take, sitting in the company of mockers. The life of your relationship, indeed the lifespan of your relationship, is going to a very great extent depend on who can speak into it.
That's true.
Into who your company is, into who you're rolling with.
Yeah.
If you're sitting in the company of mockers, you see them on social media. They're all over TikTok. They're like, men are trash. You know what I'm saying? And when you start to entertain that kind of idea, what hope is there for your husband? When you're like, women are this kind, and you know, there are things I need not to say to keep the sanctity of our airwaves. But if I am rolling in the company of mockers who have no regard for the Lord and for the law of the Lord, and who have no respect for men or for women, and yet you're in an eternal relationship with such a one, what future do you have? It's only a matter of time before what someone else's experience, someone else's interpretation becomes yours, and it's going to start to play out in your household. And behold, it's gone. And all this was good for Facebook and Instagram and IG and TikTok. But if you do not have this part of your life in check, it's going to fail.
You talked about boundaries as well. I think that was part of your question. I think, first of all, I don't know, I would want to hear GT's
boundaries
on this, on boundaries.
Oh,
I would say, first and foremost, define. Let it be clear. Like you cannot be saying, I'm not sure I am healing, but first keep around, you know, I like you, but I'm not ready, and just throwing around certain
and then you also stay around.
And you also stay around. Like, no, guys, we can't be doing that. Let there be clarity from the start, because I think clarity also brings a sense of security. I don't think anyone wants to be in a sort of situation where, I don't know, tomorrow you might be with another girl.
And you might pick up and he's gone.
And you're gone, There might be another girl that you liked since you are still healing and checking out 6 others. So let there be clarity from the start. I think that's a very healthy boundary to draw. And then know that dating is not marriage. Engagement is not marriage.
Hey, let me say something on that. Do you know that today there are people, I mean, what if you're filling in a government form and we have a section on marital status? It will say single, married, divorced, separated, widowed, like all of them are currency in terms of marriage, not in terms of dating and hanging out, right? Do you know if you did, even on this program, if we did an opinion poll and say, all the singles, put your hands up. I was going to say no one, but that's a strong statement. But just follow me for a second. Most people who are in a relationship do not consider themselves to be single.
Yo.
Like, so some dude asked for your number and suddenly you don't think you're single.
Hey.
Like if we gave you a form to fill out now.
Yeah, for you.
You'd be confused.
You're looking at the single thing, you're like,
You're
but
like,
I'm
but
not,
I'm not
am I
single,
single? Or am I not? Like,
technically.
technically, like, bro, if there is no ring on it, you are single.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And his parents are not your in-laws.
Oh.
Where were you on Sunday? I was having lunch with my in-laws. What
Why?
in-laws?
Hey.
Did I miss the wedding? Like, was I in a coma for the last 2 years? When did you get married?
Guys.
Small
Just
chips and
because-
chicken and you have in-laws. Bro, we moved cows for this thing. Anyway, there are two questions I need to answer
Oh
that
my
Christabel
gosh.
asked. One is
What do
the boundary
Yeah.
issue and what are men are looking for. Boundaries. Normal, warm-blooded men must have the hots for you to consider marrying you. Like, we are not marrying you if you're less than a 5, at least in our minds. Okay? We're not marrying 4s and 3s, so please figure yourself out with your league.
Okay.
But this is only in my opinion. Now,
Yes,
my 5
in
could
your
be
opinion.
someone's 10. It is what it is. But at least, you have to be at least a 5.
Guys.
Maybe we can
GT,
do
what's
as...
a 5? What's the scale?
Like, you're not ugly. You know what I mean? 4, we are starting to... So 5, right? Max in my league is like 8 because 9 and 10 may be out of my league. You know what I mean? I'm also humble. In fact, in my own opinion, I'm probably a 4.
Whoa.
You know what I mean? So if I get a 5, I'm good. But
Okay.
all of this to say that they must at least be attracted to you.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, that attraction is going to naturally cause desire. And I'm talking intimate desire. So you don't want to be in that situation with a person with whom the relationship is defined and pretend you don't see that they are hot, at least in your mind. And so we're not dating for 3 years. And for 2 years, even 1 year of a defined relationship is long. Defined because we are saying this is where we're trying to go. We're trying to be there forever.
Yeah.
And Lord, I've hidden your word in my heart that I might not sin against you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not denying that this girl is hot. And if we are in this situationship, which is the subject matter today, for too long, we are prone to sin. We
Yeah.
are normal, warm-blooded people. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Something's going to go down. It might not start at level 10.
100, yeah.
You get it? It will be, I walked you home and there's this place with no security. Like, you know what I'm saying? Before you know it, you keep that up, you're going to turn this thing up to 11. You know what I'm saying? So, boundaries, the first boundary I would recommend is time.
Okay.
Shrink the weight that I might not sin against you, oh God. If we are defined, go see her parents. Let's move. If you can't bring a cow, let's at least take a thigh. Let's do something. Let's get, you know what I'm saying? Let's get the journey started.
Yeah.
Get this thing official so that we are not walking in sin.
Wow.
Now, one of the dangers there, I know you're dying to jump in. I'm going to let you in a second.
please,
But
please,
listen,
please.
if you keep no boundaries on the clock, that's how you end up with 3 adult kids. And you've never been Kwanjula, you've never been at a wedding, you're sort of shacking up your cooking. And then, man, if something were to happen to that guy, We have a whole ministry of people with stories like that who are thrown out with only the clothes on their backs because nothing's written in stone. And what is a wedding? It's to say, I take this thing that I have already professed seriously. Not just for my good, but also for your protection, for the protection of our kids and our estate. Like, it's a right thing to do. If you do not put a time cap on it, we're going to have problems. What do men look for? Maybe in one line. I want to be able, I'm speaking for the men, and it's not going to be everybody, but just go with me. If I can't see my kids in you, I'm not taking you home. This is not a looks thing. This is a character thing. So we know how to have fun with the babe that at the party is dancing on the table. But if in 18 years my daughter is dancing on the table, is that something I would be proud of? Sit down. You feel me? So wife material is not cooking and cleaning and dishing some leg here and there, man. It's who do I want my kids to be?
Oh, you know what? Yeah.
Because mom is gonna show up in those kids.
Yeah.
And if she's not proper and responsible and respectful and honoring of me, I'm gonna raise some thugs in my house. I'm not about that.
Yeah.
So that's who we're taking home. You're trying to be wife material, man. Honor that man. Exemplify the things he would want to see in his children, in his seed, in his vote into the future. You see, children, man, it's almost election time and we think we determine the future of this nation using a ballot box. No. One of the surest ways is your kids.
Yeah.
It may not affect the next 5 years election cycle, but it's going to affect the next 50.
That's true.
You know what I mean? I have made a vote into the future of this country in how I raise my children.
Wow.
Yeah.
And those children have a mom. Guess what? Their mom is my choice.
Come on.
And their dad is my choice.
Come on.
There you go, but
Yeah.
I have choices.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Pastor
And once
GP?
I've made a choice, I am making one of the most important votes into the future. Some of you who are not getting wifed, it's because, man, this dude doesn't want his legacy hanging on your crazy self. So everybody needs to just take two steps back, sit down, chill, think about your life. I have a scripture for that, don't I? But it's whatsoever thing are true
Yeah.
and pure
And
and
noble.
good and noble and of good
Praiseworthy.
report
Yeah.
and praiseworthy. Set your affections on
On
things
those things.
such as these. Not set your affection on who's trending.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow.
That's true. That's
Wow.
Set your affection
Wow.
on the things such as this,
Yeah.
because then you're building your house on a rock, not on shifting sand. You saw what happened to the wicked. They
Yeah.
swept away like chaff.
Yeah.
But the Lord watches over the way of the righteous.
And I think,
Guys.
allow me say, if we're talking about commitment and convenience, you'll notice that with commitment, because you're building for the long term, you are building, like you said, legacy. You are thinking of 50 years
Yep.
from now. You want to choose someone based on values now,
Yeah.
rather than just outward appearance. And it's physical attraction is important, but beyond that, when things become hard, it is the values that keep you committed.
Yeah.
If you chose the other flimsy stuff, then you're going
Dwindles
to
away.
you're going to be getting out and acting inconvenient. So
Guys, when I told you that this conversation was going to be fiery, people thought I was joking. But you've seen for yourselves.
Bro, we need a part two.
We need a part.
Yeah.
We need a part two of this. Like
Ah,
we're not.
yeah.
This is not nowhere complete. Nowhere near complete. But we have to go. Sadly, we have to go. But we're going to have you guys back definitely because this has to happen again.
Sure.
But it has been so lovely. This conversation has been absolutely beautiful. I feel like if you guys haven't picked at least like 10 things, something's wrong. Like you guys haven't listened properly. Because me personally, I have been some things have hit me personally and I've been convicted. I'm going to go and repent. And I'll be back. Yeah. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please continue to tune in. Come back for the next one, which is happening next month. It's been such a pleasure having you here. From us to you, we out. Bye.
Bye.